Hello, everyone. There is something I have learned after spending years with art. The works that stay with us are rarely the most complicated, they are often the simplest, like Mark Rothko, a map, a line, a building, or a single color. And yet, they continue speaking to us long after we leave them behind. That is why I choose this painting. Not because it explains itself, but because it refuses to. Every time I return to Rothko, I discover something different. Some days, this painting feels like silence. Some days, it feels like distance. Some days, it feels like standing alone beneath a night sky. And perhaps that is the point, because great art does not always communicate through the images. Sometimes it communicates through presence. Mark Rothko understood this better than almost anyone in the 20th century. He once said that he was not interested in relationship of color or form. He was interested in expressing fundamental human emotions. Tragedy, ecstasy, doom, wonder. And when we look at number 14 painted in 1951, we begin to understand what he meant. At first glance, the composition appears almost impossibly simple, like this. Can you see the lines? The lines of the colors, the changings of the colors, the simplicity. And if you look at the colors, the angles, the nature of the brush paintings, those are really make you to look again and again and again in the artwork. So a monumental field of deep violet occupies most of the canvas. Beneath it rests a radiant band of red. Nothing moves, nothing happens, and yet everything seems alive. Because the violet does not sit on the surface, it seems to float. The red does not feel painted, it feels illuminated from within. Notice the edges. The Rothko deliberately avoided sharp boundaries. The colors breathe into one another. They emerge, they dissolve. They feel less like objects and more like states of mind. The longer we look, the less we see rectangles, and the more we experience the atmosphere. This is where Rothko becomes fascinating. Many abstract painters wanted to remove reality. Rothko wanted to reach a deeper reality. He wanted painting to function almost like architecture, almost like a sacred space. And perhaps this is why people often describe standing before a Rothko as an emotional experience rather than a visual one. The painting does not tell us a story, it creates a condition, a place where thought slows really, really down, a place where memory begins to surface, a place where we can encounter ourselves. For me, this painting feels almost like a horizon, not a landscape, not a sunset, but the memory of one, a distant line separating what we know from what we cannot fully explain. And maybe that is why Rothko continues to matter, because in a world that constantly demands our attention, he offers something much rarer: stillness. Sometimes stillness is one of the most profound experiences art can give us. Thank you very much.